even with my height, it's quite challenging to film it today. Look at this. And there you have it. I think that was a student or somebody in a tour group who walked straight in the middle. I'm going to move a teeny bit because this tall girl has plopped herself right on the corner of the box. Okay, she's moved. What on earth? I really like how the trooper leaned forward actually to give them the verbal. But I think our biggest concern today, because of the numbers, and I was expecting it, I remember last Easter, is just going to be the crowding around the box regardless, and people not focusing on the fact that there is a pole right next to their head, and if they do walk into it, it's not on me, it's on them. My goodness, everyone. Most people are kind of bewildered, in fact, when they've actually realised, oh, there is a camera and it's right there. Great to see, though, the trooper being that on it, to actually lean forward and shout. I think it's because all of those students or members of that tour group were cutting through the box because there wasn't really any space. And that's going to happen more and more as we get into summer. So what does that mean? Every single person that cuts through potentially is going to get shouted at. I mean, if it happens, it happens. You know, box is the box, guys. Am I right? Rest is Zorgs. This really is why Q10 and Raden are the dream team to have on a busy day. Both horses are super experienced. However, that said, Q10 doesn't like to work when it's busy. I don't actually think we've seen him complete an entire shift ever in a video, including yesterday. But he's obviously exceedingly popular with tourists and visitors. Let's see what happens in the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes at this end, and then I'll make a decision on whether or not that's a smart option or the other end. You know, much as there are a lot of people here, as you can see, the vast majority, they're avoiding the box like the plague after what just happened, and I can't say I blame them. Uh-oh. I brought an apple for the horse, she said. And what did the trooper say? Nothing. Just shook his head. Oh. It's not going to work. I mean, even if they clear the road now for, say, I don't know, 30 seconds, everybody's going to be back in the road in a minute. Oh, Apple Woman just got told to move back as well. Damn it, obviously it had to happen when the camera was the other way. I think we just caught the end of that. But now she's being super careful with her feet. I think she was really hoping to get a lovely picture feeding the horse or touching the horse. The trooper's like, no, you can't touch either. I don't know where she's from, guys, I can't hear the accent. It's extraordinary that people. The mum of the lady just got told to get behind the line. He said, "Get outside the white line, please." Wow. I mean, I'm guessing whichever corporal of horse came over with the blues, possibly watched the lifeguards, on Friday morning, might well have watched the unofficial blues training video that we filmed last week, which had 10 instances, magnificent instances, of the blues keeping the box crystal spanking clear, which is how we like it, is it not? I'll be honest, folks, you know that I was very sceptical after Friday's video. that we'd see the kind of enforcement that the Blues had put in last week. Most of the Blues anyway. But wow, the lifeguards have really smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. And fair play, folks, because I think a lot of us were assuming that they wouldn't be as strict as the Blues with enforcing the box. If anything, overall, they've arguably been, at some points at least, more strict than the Blues. But it bodes really well for forthcoming summer season. I'll tell you something else as well. The King's Troop, it might not be everyone, every single gunner, but those that I know personally in the King's Troop can't wait to get here and enforce the box. I mean, ruthlessly enforce the box. So there's that to look forward to as well. Oh, she's nervous about getting too close. She's nowhere near the line, she's good. And yet again, we arrive here when it's pretty cold, overcast, and what happens? The sun comes out and it gets flipping boiling again. Oops. Every time that happens, in fact. Chilly, overcast, sun comes out. Feels like we're on a beach in northern Italy. I haven't spotted a well or best dressed. I mean, I haven't really spotted any well dressed, let alone a best dressed yet. Yesterday we got some extraordinarily interestingly dressed tourists, especially in the trans protest video from Parliament Square. If you haven't watched that yet, folks, or you think, hey, you know, that's not my thing, I'm not interested, whatever, very interesting bunch of people. And you know what? Regardless of the politics of the situation, it was one of the most relaxed, happy, friendly and welcoming protests I've ever filmed in central London. I give a massive respect for that. The other thing coming up, guys, next week, I mean, there'll be a bunch of things as usual, but we've got the St George's Day parade. Now that's going to be a very interesting thing. I'll get out way before it to try and capture the police deployment and build-up, because I think it's going to be, as I mentioned in some of the comments yesterday, I think it's going to be very heavy-handed. Unfortunately, back to two-tier policing. I hope I'm proven wrong, because they got it completely right with Rolling Thunder. Oh, troopers don't like it when they bring these massive selfie sticks, because sometimes the horses don't like it. It's like a flagpole. It's actually a camera with a built-in gimbal. Oh, just offer something to the... oh, it's money, look. Little girl just had money. Her dad gestured with the money to the trooper. The trooper shook his head. It's a £5 note. I'm pretty sure it's a £5 note. Pity, but there we are. Actually, wait, how did I forget to bring this up on Friday? Damn it. Okay, so talking with the Blues and Royals on Friday evening, I asked, what is the official policy vis-a-vis money in the boot? Okay. And it's a bit of a mixed one, this. Trooper that's been a long time, very long time, said to me, I don't think it's worth letting somebody in the box and making an exception just they can give me money. I don't want it and I don't need it. I'm paraphrasing, but pretty much, yeah? Which I understand, because in order for somebody to give money, to donate the money to the trooper in his or her boot, they need to be given permission, or not shouted at, implicit permission, to enter the box. Okay? On the other hand, some of the newer troopers don't have an issue with it. Why? Good question. I think two things really. One, free money's free money. If it's a £20 note, £50 note, that's not a small amount of money to turn down these days, okay? And we all know that army pay isn't exactly generous. Two, not all of the new troopers are yet very strictly enforcing the box, okay? Think about it, guys. Your first day on ceremonial ever, pull into the box, you've got 100+ people all staring at you. Doesn't matter how confident you are, doesn't matter how well trained you are, it's going to be below. Okay, really, it would be. I couldn't even imagine, in fact, the pressure of having to do that for the first week or so. It's a confidence building process. You get used to it, you understand that, hey look, it's my horse, my space, and at that point, you start making that very clear to the tourists by shouting at them. Now, in terms of where the money goes, to the trooper. If a trooper accepts it, he keeps it. He or she gets to keep it. Yeah, that's the policy. In other words, there is no policy. There is no policy that states unequivocally, you have to do this or I have to do that. Someone, wait, I'm not sure if we can capture it. 1 second. Going across the box. Someone, everybody, extraordinary thing to see. Let me see if I can capture it. I don't know. Look at this. Guy's having a little bit of a phone call chat in the archway. I don't know if the police are seeing. Look at this. Look. Just going there for like a private call from your broker. This dude going around behind the guard shop. What's he going to do? The police have spotted it. They're coming over. Look at this guy. He thinks he's a trooper. Bro. Oh, goodness me. It's been a while. Oh, and Mum's looking at them now. It's been a while since we saw that. The police did spot it. But I think they were thinking to themselves, nah, come on, they're only going to stand there for a second and then move on. Just like, what? I mean, I understand, folks, you know, certain markets might well be closed. People are panicking, they don't want to lose money. But to be on the phone to your broker, actually, perhaps he was on the phone to his mistress, in the archway, where the gatesman normally stands. Nah, that's a bit much, is it not? Anyway, glad we caught that, because no one else did. Everybody watched me run off. I thought my eyes were deceiving me. Anyway, good time to go to the other one. Oh, the horse is looking at us. Hello. Now, which horse is it? Wait 1 second. See if we can squeeze in a little bit. A couple of people that I know already here filming. 1 second, guys. Let's see. Now, I know from yesterday that the trooper we're looking at now will also enforce it pretty strictly. Apparently the army are looking for some guy in a grey hat. Oh, wow. A grey vented hat. What's happening this end? Is he like... Who? The trooper? Is he on it or...? Oh, you just arrived? In 2 minutes. A minute ago, 2 guys were standing in the arches on their on their phone, just having a chat like they were on guard. Oh, goodness.
Anything good?
I mean, he's on it at that end. 100%. No one is allowed anywhere, even over the line. Yeah, he even leant forward to shout at someone, so yes. Thought you might say that. Oh, goodness. Okay, folks, so somebody has stolen the winter rug from their stay at a castle in Scotland, and she's wearing it here at Horseguards today. Look at that. Tartan rug. That's what happens when you go to Fort William, think that your hotel was overpriced and decide you want more value for your money. Now, as I mentioned, this was a trooper yesterday that was very clear. Very clear. The chap with the flag should not only get the flag away from the horse, but should move on. And luckily the police spotted that quickly. This gent on the right has just been told twice to get out of the box. So we've got what we needed to get, everybody. Police are on it in the yard, troopers are on it at the front. A perfect tag team working in unison to keep the idiots at bay. This guy's just having, oh, I think he gave him a pass. Old gent is strolling through. What about this guy? Look at this. We had a bag of carrots. That in a little while ago, somebody bought a green apple, said no. Then some girl came over with £5 note, said no, so he's not letting anyone get close. Yeah, at all. Yeah. Okay, bye-bye rug. I'm kind of trying to look, guys, at the... why have we got helicopters up again? As far as I'm aware, there's nothing on the schedule, and there are no planned road closures or diversions in place today. I read that list very thoroughly on the tube this morning, because I thought, you know what, there's got to be something. But nothing's listed. Then again, that spontaneous protest yesterday was not listed, and they just magically appeared estimates are that there were, give or take, around 7,000 attendees, which is not a small number, trust me. In fact, a lot of the planned protests would be delighted to have a number that large. Sorry guys, I keep getting pushed a little bit from behind, not intentionally. There's people jostling. Very keen to see where feet are, and as you can see for the moment, they're outside the box. He says as one goes in. This lady arguably is actually just 50-50 again. I can't wait to see which two horses they bring out. Oh, she's in the box. But again, just barely. There's no point in screaming at every person that puts half a foot over the line. She is in the box. Not anymore. Brilliant. That said, guys, she was about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way in. They definitely push the luck, don't they? But it needs a repaint. It definitely needs a repaint. The lineage. So I've got a few small people in front of me, so if I put the camera down too far, I'm filming the back of their heads. Super dry. She's in the box. She didn't see it. She honestly didn't see it, bless her. Isn't it curious how some people do see it straight off, like the gent who just pointed out to her, and others don't? This bro's a bit off. Who's he giving a thumbs up to? Wait. Oh, wait, I thought this guy was on. What? It's like he's about to make a proposal. He's off his head, guy on the right. I tell you, I thought we just woke up. Another one that just walked straight in to take a picture out of the box. Another one, this guy's in the box. She's touching the horse on the left. I'm not sure if we call that or not. Oh goodness. This bodes really well, I would argue, folks, for the summer. This consistent enforcement, exceptionally consistent enforcement, in all honesty. Even those that are not kind of close to the horse, in other words, they're at this far corner of the box, are still being told to get out of the box. Brilliant. Although I do feel, and thank you to the lady that sent me the detailed drawings, by the way. She's in the box. Another one that didn't even realise that there's a line and a box. Sorry, thank you to the lady that sent me the drawings, suggesting that it might have been better to put rounded or curved corners on the box. I mean, to be honest, I would agree. I'm sure there was a reason they decided to go with this virtual. I'm not really sure if it's a square. I've ever sort of measured it, but I'm guessing it's probably closer to being a rectangle actually than a square, strictly speaking. But I guess they decided that this would work better. I don't know. Maybe they couldn't find anyone that was good enough at painting curved lines. But that would certainly solve the problem of so many people squashing on the corners. If there were no corners, there wouldn't be a problem, would it? Would there? Sorry. Now, I haven't taken the phone out, folks, to take horsey pictures of the day for two reasons. One, just too much movement behind me, and two, I'll leave it to all of you as usual. Unless, of course, Q10 comes back out, in which case it will be horse of the day for the second day running. She said it's okay if I touch it. Trooper said no.